Hey guys, what is up? My name is PandaMaster, and welcome to my spoiler-free review of the first 2 episodes of 30 Coins, also known as 30 monedas, I think, right? That sounds wrong. Hold on. I'm going to look that up because I forget. But this is a new show from HBO Europe. So it actually aired from November to... I believe the finale is this week over in Europe, but it is now airing in the US via HBO and HBO Max. And so the first 3 episodes are out now. They premiered the first 2 episodes last week, and then on Monday episode 3 premiered. So I will have a separate review for episode 3. I have 30 monedas, or 30 monedas is in Spanish, and that is because this is a Spanish language show. It's set in Spain, so yeah, that's what's going on there. But anyway, yeah, they are airing episodes Mondays at 9 on HBO, and it's premiering also on HBO Max, similar to just any other HBO show. But yeah, this is a Spanish language show, and I know this can turn some people off because they like to watch all their shows in English. But as someone who watches anime subbed, I'm telling you, y'all are missing out if you just watch English stuff. I mean, there's plenty of foreign language stuff that is absolutely phenomenal. And 30 Coins is one of those. It's really, really good, you guys. And so I'm here to talk all about the first 2 episodes. So the reason I started watching this show was because of a review put out by IGN, in which they called it a gothic horror national treasure. And I agree. It's really cool. I think it has some like supernatural-esque aspects to it, meaning the show, not the theme, because that's exactly what it is. But essentially it is about this priest who is exiled to this church in a remote village in Spain, and some supernatural events kind of start to happen, and there's a bunch of mystery surrounding it and surrounding these 30 coins, right? So this is based, and this isn't, again, I'm keeping the spoiler free, and so this is all just like basic information. So this is all based around the coins that Judas was paid to sell out Jesus. So this has some like biblical stuff to it. I mean, again, we're dealing with demons and that sort of thing, and so it's, you've got that background. But this show is really, really good, guys. If you guys are a fan of like dark fantasy, gothic horror type shows, it's really, really good. Again, like I said, it is a Spanish TV show, so you do have that language barrier potentially. And I think there's multiple times where they're calling people hicks, and it doesn't feel like that's a proper translation. Like, if I had to guess, I would say it's some sort of slang in the Spanish language that can't be properly translated to English. Like, there's no proper English word, because sometimes when they use it, it just doesn't make sense in the context. And so I'm curious if that's some sort of translation issue. But no, it's really, really good, and it also stars Miguel. I'm going to pronounce this wrong, but Miguel Angel Silvestre, who you might recognize from Sense8. And so he starred in that. I knew I recognized him. I watched the first season of that. I didn't watch anything more. But, yeah, he stars in this. And Edward Fernandez is the protagonist. Although the show does a good job of sort of delegating out the time to different characters. The only reason that I know that he is the protagonist is because, the show synopsis, the premise of the show says that. Otherwise, I would see Paco as the protagonist, which is Miguel's character, who is the mayor of this village. And so, basically, you have these 3 people. You have him, you have Padre Manuel Vergara, and Elena, who is this veterinarian who gets involved after, witnessing a supernatural occurrence, right? And so, there's all sorts of mystery going on, like people you don't know, like everybody's backgrounds and everything. It's really, really good, guys. Like, I cannot stress this enough. This video is just basically gonna be me saying, go watch this. This might be my favorite this might be my favorite show of the year thus far, and I love Cobra Kai. So, this year has gotten off to a strong start in terms of television. But anyway. Yeah, no, these first 2 episodes are amazing. I absolutely love them. I thought that the first episode, Cobwebs, it got off to a strong start, and then the second episode, Ouija, just continued to propel it forward, and again, getting into more of the characters. Paco's wife sucks. I really, like, doesn't suck as a kid. Like, nothing against Macarena Gomez for, like, she does an amazing job. It's just I hate her as a character. But yeah, they do the characters really, really well. I really love, learning about all of these characters. And sometimes with the language barrier, I guess, like, I can be bad at remembering things because it's in a different language. It's more difficult for me to soak in information about characters or who they are, that sort of thing. But I'm completely invested in this show. I'm really excited to watch the 3rd episode. In fact, I'm probably gonna watch it tonight, so you might see a review for episode 3 up tomorrow. After that point, you'll probably see reviews every Tuesday. That'll probably be how it goes. I'll try to keep up with it, that sort of thing. But the first season has 8 episodes. Like I said, the finale airs in just a few days over in Europe, but they're a little delayed here in the U.S., I imagine, because of just making the captions and that sort of thing. But it is definitely really, really, really good. And if you have HBO Max, I would highly recommend you guys watch this show because, like I said, if you're a fan of gothic horror, it is very, very good. And I definitely appreciate it a lot. And, it's always nice to see foreign media, go, I don't want to say, quote, like mainstream or anything like that, but, a lot of times we don't see stuff like that come over. Everything is so Americanized and English and that sort of thing. Anime is about the only thing that's really bust through. So we see these things like 30 Coins and Parasite and, other foreign films. The big one that I'm wanting to watch, I believe it comes out in February, is Minari, which is actually an American film, but, it is a foreign language film. Those are rare. And so I'm happy that we're seeing more and more of these kind of come into the mainstream, and we're welcoming more films than just the ones that are in English because, again, like Parasite proved it it's now 2 years ago. But, well, really it's a year and a half, but, in 2019, Parasite proved that, and I believe 30 Coins is also proving that as well. And so if you are a fan of foreign language stuff or gothic horror or, any sort of, big TV shows like that, I cannot stress enough, 30 Coins is a great show, and y'all should watch it. My roommate sat in on the 2nd episode, and he really liked it. He just jumped right in, and, it's really good. I'm excited to watch The Mirror. It looks really cool. I'm always interested in television shows that kind of they follow an overarching narrative, yet every episode is distinct. I think that personally is the best way to handle a narrative via a TV show. Now, again, one of my favorite shows is Game of Thrones, minus the last season, and it didn't do that, right? So I'm not saying that they have to, but I think it's really, really good for the narrative structure because it makes the episodes feel more distinctive and therefore more important. And so at least as far as the first 2 episodes go, Cobwebs deals with one type of supernatural occurrence. I'm keeping spoilers out. Whereas Ouija deals with a completely different one. But they are related. There is an overarching narrative where, you'll want to watch every episode to completely understand it. But you can jump in any episode and just have a good time watching this sort of like detective supernatural. Again, it is kind of similar to Supernatural in a sense, in that there's some sort of supernatural occurrence and you have these 3 people that are basically unofficially tasked with trying to figure this out. And so I appreciate that. I like that a lot when shows do that, because then it's like it gives me a reason to watch all the episodes because of the overarching narrative, but I can enjoy each individual episode as I please, It allows for a lot of rewatchability, and I appreciate that. And so, yeah, Alex de la Iglesia, the director of the entire season, has done a phenomenal job. I don't know what his plans are for the series, if, you know, this is just a one-time thing. It doesn't feel like it thus far, but I really hope we continue to get more, because 8 episodes, you know, and again, with things like this, which I imagine didn't have a super high budget, but the production quality is top-notch. Like, there's CGI in this because, you know, you got supernatural stuff going on. It's pretty good. For TV, it is really, really good. And so, props to them for that. But I really hope they continue. I hope that this does well enough that they can greenlight a second season and just keep going, because I really like the world they're building here. I think there's a lot of really cool stuff. And again, just for the simple aspect of, you know, getting more international stuff out there. I don't want America to dominate the world. America isn't good enough to do that. There's so much cool stuff out there that needs to be showcased more, and I think 30 coins is, you know, one of the chief proving factors of that. And so, again, cannot recommend 30 coins enough. I will be back, like I said, probably tomorrow for my review of The Mirror, episode 3. But yeah, have any of you guys seen 30 coins? Let me know down in the comments below. If you haven't, go watch it and then come back to this video and let's have a discussion in the comments. I want to talk about it because this is a really underrated show and I think you guys will really enjoy it. So go watch, like if you like this video, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you guys next time for whatever it is I'm doing. All right, see ya.